This is our superintendent.
Hi, how are you?
She'll be introducing.
Okay.
We are proud of our governor and the work that he has done to support public education here in Colorado. Most notably, the work around career pathways and workforce readiness has been really powerful and has definitely impacted us here in District 6. This building that you are in, Governor, is the result of a BEST grant. We could not have built this without the BEST grant dollars. Our voters approved about $8 million of that bond issue, and the BEST grant provided about another $22 million to build this building. So thank you to the state of Colorado for this beautiful school. This school is in its 4th year of operation, so pretty new school. This school opened on the accountability clock, on watch with the state, as the old John Evans School. School had been on watch for 7 years. And this past year, we moved this school to a level of performance, the state's highest ranking. Yeah. Now, as you know, that work does not come without significant redesign and restructuring of a school. So that work began here in 2016, where staff and community came together, redesigned the school to a school of innovation. We went before the state board and before our own Board of Education for approval as an innovation school. And as a result, we have significantly shifted student achievement at this school, and we're really proud of the work. So with that, Governor Hickenlooper, I'd like to turn it over to you, sir.
That was a pretty good introduction, and if I was really smart, I'd just shut up and sit down. There are those old stories about when you're worried about saying something and creating the impression that you might be a fool. Oftentimes, you're better off just keeping your mouth closed and not taking the risk instead of removing all doubt. Anyway, congratulations. What an amazing turnaround. I'd love to hear, just before I give remarks, hear what were your secrets of success?
But I think there are 3 really big takeaways, because Dr. Pilch said, this may come up. So I've been thinking about it, reflecting on it. So first, I think when you're working in a turnaround situation, it's really easy to forget what your kids can do. They deserve high expectations, no matter what. So that was pivotal. The second thing is what Dr. Pilch already mentioned, and that is the support of the district. Being able to do what we've done as a school of innovation, to be different than the other schools in the district, has opened up doors that we didn't even know existed. So that flexibility and freedom has come with tremendous support from the district, and so that has been pivotal. And then the leadership team that I have the privilege of working with, the commitment of the teachers, I think sometimes it's easy to say that the teachers aren't doing the work that needs to be done. But without doubt, I get to work with incredible teachers.
This might be the most emotional education discussion I think I've ever had. So when I first got into politics, and I never ran for student council in my life, but I ran for mayor of Denver in 2003. And in that process, traditionally, mayors and superintendents don't ever connect, because superintendents are the ones who really have they've got their necks on the line. I was going to say something else. They've got their necks on the line, and basically, when things go well, they are usually the ones who are given the credit. If the mayor gets involved and things go well, they don't get as much credit, and if things go badly, they get dragged in. That's the traditional, I think it's baloney, but that's a traditional political work, right? So you have transcended that, right? And part of what you guys have done is create a school district that is connected to everybody, state legislators like Dave Young, local officials, and it really does require a constantly evolving approach to teaching, but it's all about teachers. And that's why I knew that you cannot turn around a public school without, in the end, coming down and putting all your faith in your teachers and making sure you've got the right people teaching and making sure they have every ounce of support. We recognize we've got an attainment gap that within the next few years, 75% of all jobs are going to need some sort of advanced degree, right? Whether it's a 2-year certificate from a community college, whether it's a degree from one of our junior colleges or from CSU or CU or a private university, kids are going to need some additional training beyond high school to be able to get all the good jobs that are being created, right? That our economy is generating tremendous amounts of jobs, but we're going to have a gap because right now we're at, and where'd Dan Baer go? I want to introduce you to, there he is. So Dan Baer is the head of higher education for the state of Colorado, and he's the one who recognizes some of these real challenges of right now we're at, was it 56? No, I was going to say 65%. We're at 56% is what percentage of kids coming out after 4 years have some sort of certificate or some degree, and we need to be at 75%. That's a pretty big gap, and our goal is in the next few years to cut it in half, right? To go from 56% to 66%, but even there, we're not at 75%. And that is going to take all kinds of schools like this, getting the kids ready. In other words, they've got to be ready to get onto those degrees. I want to thank all of you. You guys, it's a work day. I know how busy you all are. Thank you all for coming out on a day like this, and thank you for your commitment to the community.